What up, y'all? This is Sen Dog, Cypress Hill, Los Angeles, California in the house. Yo, check this out. We just got through wrecking over here, Brooklyn, New York. Out here with Sublime and Pepper doing the, Sublime thing and shit. And it went really well, you know what I mean? And I just want to tell you guys about Cypress Hill and Rusco. That's Cypress X Rusco if you look for it on the computer or whatever. But it's some really good mix of hip hop and some dubstep stuff on there. And, people enjoyed it tonight, so I just want to let you know about that. Also, Halloween night, Cypress Hill once again, live in New York, you know what I mean? So get up on that one. You got to be there for that. And then, also coming with our 10th studio album next year. So we're really excited about that. You know what I mean? Cypress Hill been rocking 2 decades plus out here. So, and we appreciate all the support that New York City has always given us, from day one, you know what I'm saying? So it's a real special occasion anytime, you get a chance to, perform where hip hop started. And that's what Cypress Hill drives on, that kind of deal, you know what I mean? As far as like some of the new acts that are coming on, I don't like stay on top of them like, like my kids do. And like my kids like be putting me on and stuff, you know what I mean? But I see the progression of hip hop is continuing, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? So, we got cats that are taking us into a new era, musically, hip hop wise, lyrically, the same way that Jay-Z and Eminem did, and, cats like that did when they came in and made their mark. They came in with lyrics, that were beyond this world type deal, you know what I mean? And there's MCs out there that are still doing that, you know what I mean? One of my favorites right now is Wiz Khalifa, because he represents it like, like if he was from my hometown or something, you know what I mean? And he's just all around great, great dude. And I got a chance to see him perform at the Cypress Hill Smokeout not too long ago. And, I thought he, completely killed it, you know what I mean? Well, the most important artist that got me into emceeing and whatnot and b-boying, see, I had heard hip-hop already, because, of course, everybody knows, I'm like an older cat or whatever, but when I heard, Run DMC, and they was out there on their video and they was rocking guitars and they were all in leather and whatnot, that actually made me want to b-boy. Until then, I was just, I was playing football and stuff, So, when I heard that, I was like, oh, man, I want to do that. And then, of course, later on, the lyrics of Chuck D just completely changed my life around, bro, And that's what I always strive to be, it's a hard MC, a hard b-boy, because those are the cats that I looked up on, DMC, Run, Chuck, EPMD, LL, those guys, that's like the true essence of my era of hip hop. So, those are the cats that made me want to like, join them among the ranks of, known rappers and entertainers, Yeah, I have, back in the days, my thing was skateboarding, you know what I mean? Like I was like one of the early black dudes on the skate scene, and that was my deal. But I also, my brother was into BMXing, so we used to roll out together, and I got to, witness some really cool early stuff. You know what I mean? Like back in the day stuff when cats were like inventing moves and things like that. And to see that movement still thriving today is a very special thing to me, man. You know what I mean? Because when you had your BMX, that was your bike that you couldn't take to school because they would try to steal it. You had to take your secondary bike to school, and lock that beat up thing up and then they all knew you had it, you know what I mean? So it was like when you went to the park or whatever out with your boys, like you could never leave your bike alone. Because there was that kind of scene where like fools would try to jack you, like similar to like, $300 pair of sneakers or something like that. You know what I mean? But I love it, man, when I see it on the X Games and all that, and I see, the progression that those style of sports have had, like skating and, BMXing and motocross and knowing that, I was watching that from the early days. It's a big deal, man. It's an evolution of things. And the tricks they're coming with now are out of this world, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like you gotta give it up to those dudes because they're risking, everything, physical health and everything just to entertain and do what they love. So it's a big deal and I love it and I hope it continues to grow, I had the Schwinn Scrambler. Yeah. The first day I rode it to school, like 12 dudes were like automatically outside the bike cage, so I had to like take it back home, miss the class, come back, because I knew they were gonna get it, But that was my deal. We rode it all over the place in LA, I heard about it and I thought that was really cool because it is a worldwide thing. It's international, and you got cats competing from from the States to Australia to South America to Europe, I mean, everywhere they're competing, bro, and they're coming up, you know, with mad new styles. So it's that time, and I'm glad they got that recognition, you know. Well, you know, just being a fan of that kind of, you know, culture, that kind of pop culture of the whole, you know, comic book thing. You know, growing up in Cali, we were into all those kind of things. You know, we just didn't grow up just doing one thing. You know, and so of course I was always up on like the Hulk and Spider-Man and the Batman and the Justice League and all that. You know what I mean? That was my deal until, you know, we started getting chicks. You know. Yeah. But, you know, I'm glad to see that you know, that the things that I grew up on are still available for my kids to grow up on as well. You know what I mean? And they, you know, they love the whole, you know, Batman and Superman adventures and all that thing. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that, you know, there's things like that like a man like me could, like, I could be like, you know, that's a bonding thing with my kids and their cousins. So it's like, you know, it's really cool. You know, it's like my dad passing baseball down to me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is Sen Dog, Cypress Hill. Once again, check this out. Just got through record in Brooklyn. I just want to remind you that you checking me out. I'm Sen Dog Cypress, cypresshill.com, and all that good stuff, all right? The Facebook and all that deal. And you're watching CAC-TV. Don't forget about me, because I'm always going to be coming back, yo. Cypress Hill forever, CAC-TV forever, yo. Back to you, Billy.